these days your neighbors are going to be like, what are those guys doing over there yelling rape all the time?
They're filming gay sex pornos.
That's really what it is.
In your head, lock the doors and close the blinds. Turn on your TV, turn off your mind.
Hey, everyone.
Wait. Did you ever see that Nick Swartzen?
Yeah.
thing? Okay. Hi, everyone.
We all go out with our headsets on and we're all naked. He's like, what? You're being a bad neighbor. Yeah, I've seen it. I love that. Hey, everyone. I am Scott Nell.
I'm Steve McGee.
And we are Soul of a Gamer.
Soul of a Gamer.
Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to another amazing episode. So I know we gave a promise last time of doing It Takes Two.
Yes.
We need more time.
Yes.
So we decided to get through Superhot instead and tell you about that one.
Yeah.
So here we are doing Superhot. Wait. Oh, there it is. Superhot.
You don't get to see the red guy. There's the red guy.
Oh, there's a red guy. You kill those guys.
Boom.
All right, so yeah, we're Soul of a Gamer. Every week we come at you, we play a game, we tell you about the game, we give you our opinions on the game, and then we make like dick jokes and stuff too. I mean, that's just what we do.
I didn't know we'd come at you. But...
Yeah. And come at you.
Bring it.
Look. Oh, I thought you meant with your dick.
Oh.
I thought you were making a dick joke, like right after I said dick joke.
I mean, sure, why not?
I gave you too much credit. That's my fault.
It's a little hard to do it.
Wait. I've got a button for this. Okay, so do you want to continue on? Go for it.
So like you were saying, we play a different video game each week. We give you our full in-depth reviews. We do have different categories each week now, which if you guys are liking that, please let us know. We haven't heard much feedback on it yet.
No.
And if there is any video games you guys want us to play, we have gotten a few requests and we are getting through those. They're added to our list.
We've gotten a few requests and I just want to say, go fuck yourselves. So there you go.
I'm going to be posting on TikTok our list of the next 8 games that we're going to be playing. We're going to be doing them in 8 game segments each time. And I think 3 segments will be a season going forward.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So last week's game was...
Night Trap?
Was it Night Trap? I thought it was GoldenEye. I
don't
remember.
I don't remember which one was last.
So Night Trap or GoldenEye for the last game?
I think it was Night Trap.
I think you're right. I think Night Trap sounds about right.
Yeah.
So last week's game was Night Trap and or GoldenEye, whichever one you want it to be. This is all up to you guys.
Yeah, we don't pick the order.
Got shirts.
Woo!
We're losers now. So we hope you enjoyed last week's game. This week's game, obviously Superhot.
Yes. Which I'm sure if we get enough followers and stuff, we'll actually start making merch.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
All right. So why don't we go? Oh, we don't have the back of the box. There is no back of the box.
I don't think so because I think it was just like a
digital release.
Yeah.
So we're not going to what's on the box. Instead, we're going to.
Are we jamming?
Are we jamming?
Not really.
Yeah, this game is like a really strange one with jamming. Like, there's only one bit of dialogue in the whole game. Super hot.
Yes.
Super hot.
Super hot.
That's literally it.
Hot.
That's all the dialogue you're
And
getting.
I think in the VR version it says obey once.
Okay, yeah, because it gives you text dialogue, but it doesn't actually have like spoken dialogue.
A lot of the sounds in this, which the sounds in this are creepy as fuck.
Yeah, they
sometimes.
are a little creepy.
I didn't know much about this game when I first started playing it, other than the kind of the base of the mechanics of how it works, and it sounded really cool.
Yeah,
but I was like, is this gonna turn into a horror game? Like,
you know, when I was playing it, I'm like, this is just Doki Doki reskinned. That's all it was.
That's like a good example, actually.
Yeah.
Oh god, if you guys have played Doki Doki, it's got a really similar vibe to it. Honestly,
well, one day we'll play it for the podcast.
Yes, I agree because we've both played it.
It's so terrible.
I love it.
so yeah, you know, the jamming part, there's only one song in this game too. So, you know, you have little, like, I think there's little sounds. There's not like super big music or anything. There's no crescendos coming out when you're in an especially like hostile situation or anything like that. But at the end of the game, during the credits, you get one song, which I wanted to look up. It was a sweet song. It sounds Swedish or Norwegian or something. I don't know what this company is.
I don't know either.
All the names look like they were fucking. They spelled was it Zach? I'm trying to remember. There was a name they spelled with an ID. And I was like, fuck you guys. Get out of here. Or a YD, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Instead of an ID. And I was like, you're fucking dicks. I don't remember what name it was now, but it was really because on the credits they have all the list of
Yeah.
people who donated, and they also have all the list of their programmers, and all their programmers are like Norwegian or something.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a cool Norwegian song at the end, but the problem with this is they do that. The credits are about 10 minutes long, right?
I didn't actually watch all the credits.
Okay,
So.
well I did. The credits are 10 minutes long.
Damn.
4 minutes of that is music,
Wow.
and then nothing, and silence.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I know. I expected them to like transition to like what a movie does, like with
Yeah.
a stupid somber little score. And you can get those free online.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they didn't do that, but
That was really weird.
yeah, it was fun to watch in the credits. We'll get into that when the gameplay comes, but it was fun.
But yeah, the really like a lot of the sounds are gunshots. They're like vases and stuff breaking.
Yeah,
They're
throwing shit at people.
Every time you shoot your gun, you'll hear a little like reload kind of sound
Yeah.
for when you're ready to shoot your next bullet.
Yeah,
Just little things like that. Glass breaking. Besides that, there's really like nothing for
yeah.
sounds.
I mean, this game is very simple.
It's got like static and shit when like the computer's talking
Yeah.
to you, and we'll get that into the story and stuff. But like, it's really got some like ominous kind of stuff sometimes. But,
Yeah.
yeah, nothing really.
All right, well, that was it for sound.
Yeah,
the jamming
there's-
part
there's
is
not
so
much to it.
simple. So let's go on to our next.
How does it play?
How does it play?
I'm a pixie. Well, actually, the gameplay mechanics for this are fantastic. This
Yeah.
is the reason you play this game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It is an innovative shooter. It's an innovative shooter.
It's an innovative shooter.
It's an innovative shooter.
It's an innovative shooter.
We'll get into that when we get to it. This game is very interesting in the shooting mechanic. I actually didn't like the shooting all that much. And the only reason
Yeah.
is the reload. It's such a weird... So in the game, you are able... If you don't move, time is not stopped. They're
Yes,
fucking liars.
It's really slow.
It's slow. They're fucking liars, though. They're like, no, time is stopped if you're not moving. I'm like, nope, it's fucking slow, asshole, because they're still doing shit.
It was actually, I think, like fully stopped in the VR.
Okay, in the computer version, I play computer, he played VR. There's apparently two different experiences, but time is not stopped in the computer version.
Yeah, I've actually played both. I played the computer one first, then the VR one.
Yeah. So in the game, whenever you're not doing anything, time is slowed down like incredibly. And then the minute you start moving, time goes back to a normal pace.
Yes.
And then when you stop again, time slows down again.
And the faster you move, the faster time goes back to normal pace. So
Yeah.
if you're moving full speed, time's going full speed. If
Yeah.
you're moving slightly, time will slightly move. Where you can actually see like bullet trails and stuff, and
Yeah.
you can actually like dodge bullets completely and watch it. If you move slowly, watch it pass by you.
Yeah. And you can, as you're watching it, you can take a shot at the person who shot it. The only problem with that is as you're shooting, the only gun that successfully shoots is,
The assault rifle.
yeah, the assault rifle. One click will hit
3 bullets or
3 or
four-
6.
Yeah,
It was a
it's-
stupid amount.
Um,
Yeah, and the guns are all loaded with like 4 bullets each or something.
Yeah,
So-
it's really low. But pretty much every enemy has a gun, and you can take their guns from them.
Yeah, it's really cool. You can hit them, and then they drop their guns while they're in there, and you can grab it while it's in air and shoot them after you hit them.
The cool thing is in VR, you can actually have 2 guns.
Yeah, in the computer you can. I noticed that, and we watched a video on like explaining some of the story elements, and he picked up a gun and the crowbar.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck did you do that? I couldn't do that shit.
Oh, and the coolest thing about that is stuff too is in the PC version, you get a superpower of being able to transport your consciousness in an enemy's body.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yes.
And you can do that as much as you want once you run that power.
Oh no, so it has a cooldown, just like
Well, yeah.
gun reloading or whatever.
But in the VR version, you get a different power. You actually get the power to basically like force squish someone's head.
Oh,
Like you
you're-
put both your hands out like this,
you're a Jedi?
and it seems like it grabs their head, and then their head
Squishes.
explodes after a few seconds.
Okay.
So that was a really interesting thing, and that also had a cooldown. You did it once, you had to wait like 30 seconds so you could do it again. The other thing with the VR version that was a really cool mechanic is you could use any of the items, like any of the hard items, the metal
Yeah.
items like the hammer, the crowbar, the pistol, or any of the knives to actually hit or cut the bullets.
Oh.
So like if you had a katana, you could literally cut all the bullets coming at you
Oh, that's cool.
and then just cut them in half.
You could block the bullets in the computer version if you threw something.
Yes.
It would destroy the bullets.
Yes.
So I guess
In
that's
the
similar.
VR version, though, you could literally just like
Like
hold
cut
up a
'em.
hammer and just deflect the bullet.
That's cool.
So I thought that was a really cool thing. I didn't figure that out until about halfway through the game, but I was like, what?
Yeah.
I just randomly blocked a bullet with a hammer.
And this game, literally, the only actions you take is killing people. Like,
Mhm.
basically, there's no, like, opening doors. There's no pressing buttons. You're just 100% killing people throughout the entire game.
It's an innovative shooter where you just kill a bunch of red guys.
Yeah. Red guys are the enemy. And then you're black. So I feel like it's very racist.
Sure.
It's, of course, the red guys aren't white. What the hell? But this game, the mechanics are cool and the bullets are cool. There's only like 4 guns, I think.
Yeah, there's the pistol, the assault rifle, the shotgun, and there's submachine guns in the VR version.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for the...
Yeah, and then
yeah.
there's katanas in the first PC version.
There's a bunch of like melee weapons. You can throw pots and stuff.
Yeah,
and
there's like
there was billiard balls that you can throw at people. Like you can pick stuff up and throw, but for the main weapons is pistol, assault rifle, shotgun.
there's meat cleaver and hatchet
In
and
VR.
Shurikens and
Oh,
throwing
shuriken
knives.
sounds sweet. Why didn't I get shuriken?
No, it was pretty sweet.
That's bullshit. So that's pretty much gameplay. Gameplay in this is not like huge. This is like a 2-hour game. This is not a very long.
And the VR one's like an hour long.
They say innovative, and it's a very loose innovation.
Yeah, like you can get through like I think the VR. I know some people don't care about the speedruns and stuff, but the VR speedrun I think is like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And
shit.
think, yeah.
God, those people do it fast.
They literally have everything memorized. They like as soon as they spawn on the screen, they just shoot
So
everything.
they're losers.
Like what the hell?
I guess that's losers.
But yeah, like the games aren't long, and it is cool that they are 2 different experiences.
Oh wait, can you say that again? Can you say that the speedrun is 8 minutes?
The speedrun is 8 minutes. I wasn't sure what you were gonna do there. I didn't know if you were gonna boo me or.
Poor speedrunners. They're just like, what the fuck we do to these guys?
I appreciate you. I think you're talented. I think you're crazy.
Talented? Is that the word we're going to use for these speedrunners?
I think
Or
so. There's a
obsessive.
little bit of they're obsessive to be
Yes.
talented.
All right, so that's pretty much it for gameplay. There's not a lot of gameplay in this game. Like I said, no
There
button
really
pushing,
isn't.
no door opening, no driving.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a jump button that you use like maybe 4 times.
Oh, I don't even think I had a jump button.
There was one mission where there was a car coming at you. It said jump, and that was the one time you were forced to jump.
Yes. This is the only time I remember doing that. Then I never jumped again.
Yeah, and then there's just melee, grab items,
Yeah.
and shoot.
Yep, pretty much it. All right, so let's go into our next segment.
It's story time. Let's get started.
It's sad to know they'll never see us doing our little head shakes.
I know. There's not many YouTube viewers anymore.
No.
Everyone just switched over to Spotify.
Oh no, because you have the
Oh, yeah.
you have the animations covering it.
Sometimes the animation cuts out while we're still
You see
jamming.
that?
Yeah. But then there's no music, so we just
Yeah.
look stupid.
No, I think we look stupid either way, but
Well, that's beside the point.
all right. Story time.
Story time.
Welcome to the story section of this. This is brought to you by me, and give me money.
Yeah, give us money.
Give us money. So the story in this game is very lucid. That's a good word for it. It's very.
Yes.
You don't really know what's going on throughout the game. To start the game, and I was so confused starting the game. I'm like, why the fuck do I have to get into a chat? And then you can't affect the chat, which I was really sad because I kept saying, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I can give a really quick rundown of the entire story, and then we can go over it more in depth if you want to do it that way.
We'll just start from the
Let's
beginning.
go for the beginning. Okay.
So in the beginning of the game, you open it up and then it immediately says, press enter for chat.
yes.
So, and then it's your friend chatting with you in the game.
Yes.
So, but you're not in the game. So this is the weird part. It's like, it's almost like you're on your desktop, but it's
Yeah.
not really. It looks like an old-timey desktop,
Yeah.
really old-timey. And your friend's like, hey, buddy, have you played Superhot yet? The most innovative game ever made. And you're like, yeah, fuck off.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, and so it gives you the option to chat with him, but when you press a button, it just autofills what you're putting in.
Yes.
So then I'm trying to go like, fuck off, fuck off, fuck, that's not what I typed, fuck off. But no, you're just like, I've never heard of that game, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'll totally send you the file, bruh.
Yep.
See, and I kept picturing like the guy from California with like a half shirt or the unbuttoned shirt with no shirt underneath. Yeah. So that's what I kept picturing is like this guy with long hair and this unbuttoned shirt. And he's like, hey, bro, I'll send you the fucking file right now, bro.
Yep. So you get the file. It ends the chat, and then you go back to this main Superhot screen, and then it says it's downloading 3 files. And you get one that says superhot.exe.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to click on that file. You click on that file and you get transported into the game.
Yeah. And I mean, so you click on the file. It's just the first option. It's either you're in the Superhot exe, there's like a readme, and which you can't really read because it's like all quick.
Funky. And
yeah. So it's too
You have to record it, stop it, and
slow it down.
To actually read it. Yeah. And the stuff that you read in it is absolutely crazy. We'll probably go into it a little bit towards the end of this.
And then I think, what was the mission select was one.
Yes.
And then they had endless mode after you beat the game.
Yes.
And then quit.
Yeah.
So you go into the game and you just start out and literally all you're doing is shooting red guys.
Yep.
You're like, that guy's red, fuck him.
Pretty much.
This is a game about race riots.
And another cool thing too, we were talking about like shooting these enemies. When you shoot them or hit them with something, they like drop whatever they're holding and it flies through the air. And you can actually grab like the guns.
As long as it's coming at you. Somehow momentum in this game is bullshit. And sometimes, even though they're falling forward, the gun's going backwards. And you're like, oh, how'd that happen?
He went like this and then fell.
Yeah, that's literally what it seems like they're doing sometimes. And you're like, I needed that gun, buddy. Fuck off.
Really, I did.
So, yeah, you go, and there's just like 11 or 12 missions of this, I think.
Yeah, I think there's 12.
So you have all these missions of you just going in, and every once in a while you'll come out and the guy will be like, hey, how you enjoying the game? And you're like, oh, it fucking crashed, bro. It sucks. And then he's like, oh, no, they fixed it in the update. Here you go. And he sends you an update. I'm like, this guy has all the fucking resources.
Right?
And, yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. And then your character's so unenthused about it. He's like, well, the game kind of fucking sucks, you know?
He's like, it doesn't seem like there's any story, no plot. You're just killing red guys. And he's like, oh, wait. There is something more to it. I'll send you this next file.
Yeah. So, like, literally, he's just sending you files back and forth. And then you do more stupid missions.
Yes, but here in the missions now, instead of saying click to continue, it says click to hand over control. At the end of every mission now, at the bottom of the screen, it says click to hand over control.
Interesting.
So you're starting to get the subliminal message that most people don't actually notice. I didn't notice it until my second playthrough.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, mine kept saying LMB.
LMB?
So it's like click, but it kept saying LMB to hand over control or end mission or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck does LMB mean?
I don't know.
But I was like, whatever. Fuck it. It's probably some bullshit I don't understand. But yeah, you get into the next part, and there's some cool missions. Like we were saying, you can jump over a car. There was a really sweet one where you start out in an alleyway, and there's a truck coming towards you.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to, like, you have to get over to the side to not get run over by the truck, and then shoot the guy who comes out of the truck, and a bunch of people coming down the alley, too.
Yeah.
That was a cool...
And that was
some
the first
of the
mission with
cool.
the assault rifle, too.
Yeah. Some of the missions are really cool. Some of them not so much, but that one was really
cool. I really like the one that starts out in, like, a small room, and then you open up into, like, a bar billiards area.
Yeah. That one was cool too. I hated the one with the stairs.
Yes.
So you have to go in the computer version. You go up the stairs. In the VR, you go down. But you have to go up these stairs. Like basically, I had to take control of one guy, like at the top of the stairs. When you take control of someone, they throw their weapon and break it.
Yeah, I hated that.
Fucking stupid bullshit. So I had to grab, it was a crowbar next to me, throw it at the guy to my right, grab his gun, shoot the two guys below. Like, it was such an annoying mission. I kept dying just because I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Which I gotta say, the VR, staying alive in some of these missions, like dodging all these bullets all at once, like when you're in a tight space, oh my gosh. I hit my head on my fireplace.
I told you not to go in your closet and play. And
I punched my table. Like I didn't have I have a good amount of space in here, but man, I was still like not knowing where I was.
Like walking things. The
oh yeah, I know.
It's like a treadmill that goes in all directions.
Well, you didn't actually walk in this one.
No.
Like you kind of did a little bit, like within like 10 feet, but like once you defeated like a certain number of enemies, a triangle appeared in front of you. You punched that, and then you went to a teleported to a different spot on the level.
Interesting.
So
I
it's
don't
a
know if
little
I
different in
I
that
don't-
aspect.
I don't think I like that. I like moving around.
Like, you still could, like, move around.
No,
but
I mean,
like,
I like walking around.
like, yeah, you couldn't go around the, like, the
Yeah.
entire level.
Yeah.
Like, it was smaller levels.
Yeah, so at this point, too, the game is, like, weirdly crashing every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's getting weird because it's like, stop playing me.
And it's, like, glitching out. You start seeing, like, phrases like, mind is software.
Yeah, yeah.
Bodies are disposable.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're like... Well, and it gets really creepy because you get this file now that's password protected
Yes.
from your friend. He's like, you can't go in because it's got a password. I'm like, why'd you fucking send it to me then?
Well, he's like, I'll send it to you, and if you get in, you let me know how you got into it.
Yeah, but I'm like, what am I going to guess? I only guessed once, and then I got the password. I'm like, wow, I'm a good guesser. And my first attempt was pussy galore, and then it was wrong. So then I'm like, motherfucker. And then it's like, correct. And I'm like, motherfucker's the password.
Yep.
And then after you beat that level or a grouping of levels, you come back and the guy's like, hey, what's the password? And I'm like, motherfucker. And it types out something. What does it type out?
It types out, like, you should stop playing Superhot. The game is, I know the password, but I'm not going to give it to you. The game is broken.
See, this is where I get confused too, because the end of game stuff, and I'm like, why are you having this conversation with this guy
Yeah,
now?
it's weird.
It's like, there's no point to it if the end of the game is just like, it was all a trick from the beginning.
Well, and the guy's like, I know the game's been broken all along. I don't care that it's broken. Let me play it. And you're like, you start saying something like, I can't get out of the game. I need help. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you should not play this game.
I'm not typing any of this,
Yeah.
and then it changes your message to Superhot is fucking great.
Pretty
But
much.
you're dumb.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not letting you play. I'm not giving you the password. And the guy's like, well, fine. Then
I'm
like,
done
screw
with
you. I'm
Yeah.
done with you.
Yeah,
and ends the
and-
chat.
But then he comes back later and he's like,
Yeah.
hey, buddy, how's the game? And you're like, Superhot, 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 Superhot.
It's another thing where it's changing all of your text to just say Superhot, 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 Superhot over and over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
and I'm like, how is that not a key? If you're the friend, aren't you like, are you okay, buddy? And no, but the guy's like, yeah, I love it too.
Well,
oh yeah, you're right, it is Superhot.
And then, like, at the end of it, he's just like, okay, whatever, or whatever. And then, yeah, you just keep going in, and you start getting into these, like, weird missions where, like, you're in a cell.
Yeah.
And, like, it says... Walk.
No. So before that,
Yeah.
the program's like, I won't let you play anymore.
Oh,
and
yeah.
makes you quit out of the game. And then when you reopen it, it's like all glitched out. This is where I'm like, it's fucking Doki Doki.
Yes.
This is what this game is. It's fucking Doki Doki. If you've never played Doki Doki, this happens in Doki Doki. You
Pretty
get
much, yes.
Booted from the game, you have to go back in, and it's all glitched out. It looks all fucking weird. And then you go into a mission, and you're like in a cell,
Yes.
and it's like, good dog.
Yeah, first it's like walk, and so you're walking, but it's literally a cell with just a cell door, and you
Yeah.
can't get to the cell door. And it says, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, stay still.
Oh yeah, and then I never stay still. I'm like, no, and,
And
he's
then-
like, stay still. I'm like, no, and he's like, stay still. I'm
And
like,
then
no.
it starts counting down from 5.
And then I just at 1, I would always move my mouse again.
And then it's like, good dog.
Yeah, you know, I'm
And-
like, you're a fucking dog.
Then it starts saying all this like weird stuff about, it starts giving you like visions of seeing someone sitting at a computer. And
Oh yeah, they're like, we're watching you, and it shows like, I'm like, that's not me. I'm on a computer. I don't have my VR on.
Right.
And they're like, no, that's totally you, bro. And I'm like, no, that's not me, bro. That's seriously, I'm not even sitting in a. There's no window in my basement. How the hell are you seeing this?
Yes. So yeah, super
Not an
weird.
accurate depiction of what I was doing at the time. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's basically saying we're watching you, blah blah blah. It's got all and the levels are all grayed out. They're all like
Yes.
white gray.
Yeah.
So you're going like up these stairs in the room, and I'm like, this is the worst room ever. Like the door's just wide. There's no door, You just walk in and you're like sitting at a computer in front of your window, and nobody's like, and there's no like glass on your window. There's bars for some
Yeah.
reason, and you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? Where do I live?
Well, and like, I think at one point you did send a message out too saying like, I saw myself.
No. So at this point, I think you're having, I never had that message, but you're having a conversation with the computer at this point. So every
Yeah.
time now you open the conversation, it's like, I told you not to come back. And like, why would you tell me not to do
And it
that?
makes you promise to never come back and
Yeah.
actually say the words, I promise to not boot up Super XE.
Yeah.
EX
And
again.
then he's like, you broke your promise. I'm like, I never promised that. He's like, no, you totally did. Look, I have a picture. And I'm like, that's not me.
And then it's basically like, all right, well, we're gonna get into it then.
Let's do this.
I tried telling you, but I'm gonna tell you the hard way. And then it forces you to go find yourself again.
Well, no, so at this point...
a couple missions then that.
Yeah, so you have a couple missions you have to do, and after every mission, you're back in the jail cell.
Yeah.
And then it's really fucked, because you have, like, all these red guys just standing around the jail cell, and you have to dodge their bullets, but eventually you get hit, because they all start shooting. It starts out as 1, then 2, then 3. I got to 5 before I got hit finally, and I was like, yeah, fuck you guys. And then you have to go to the... Like, you find yourself, and it makes you punch yourself in the back of the head.
Yeah. It's like, see if it will hurt. And then you punch yourself in the back of the head, and then your screen goes all red, like you got hit. And then it goes back to the chat, and it says, like, how's your head? And then it, like,
He's
it kind
like,
of
you
hurts.
have a concussion, go see a doctor. I'm like, damn, this guy really cares about me.
Yeah. You need to quit playing the game and go check out your head trauma.
Yeah.
Go now.
It's like the weirdest shit. And then you end up, after a few more levels, trying to get into a pyramid.
Yes.
In the original. In the VR version, you're trying to destroy the pyramid, I think, right?
Yes.
Is that what I'm understanding?
I'll kind of go over the VR a little bit after we go over this.
So in this one, you have to get into the pyramid. So you start out and you have to kill some guys, go into the pyramid. It kicks you out at like 20%, kill some more guys, go in the pyramid.
And what he means by going to the pyramid, he's transferring his conscious into the pyramid.
Yeah. So like you can we talked about that already, transferring your consciousness between the enemies. Now you can do it with this weird pyramid thing. At 50%, kicks you out again. You got to do it again. This one's the most annoying one.
Yeah.
After it kicked you up the second time, you're just surrounded by enemies.
Yes.
So you have to, there's a gun in front of you. You have to pick it up. And if you move your mouse too fast, I found, the gun flies behind you somehow. Even though it's going forward, it flies behind it. It's fucking dumb as shit.
Wow.
Worst mechanics I've ever seen. You grab the gun, you gotta kill these two guys in front of you, shotgun guy to your right. Like, I had to memorize this shit, because I was like,
Yes.
all right, I gotta shoot you, bam, go left, bam. Dodge his bullet here, bam. Shoot this guy on the right, bam. Shotgun guy's coming, shoot him, bam. Gotta dodge his bullets, because he shoots right before you shoot him,
Yep.
bam. And I got it down to a science, and then finally... I got into the pyramid, and that took forever.
That is one of the cool things about this game is it's not random. It's all the same every time. So you
it's
can
not
memorize
actually.
it.
It is and it's not, because guys would take different, depending on which way I went.
Yes.
Guys would take different ways to get to me. So I
but
had
if
to
you
keep
take
it
the same
consistent.
path
Yeah.
every time, it's the exact same every time.
Had to keep it consistent, otherwise they would fucking throw me a loop, and I'd be like,
Yes.
"Fuck you guys!"
Why did I get shot? Damn it!
In the back of the head,
That was the worst.
my leg.
So yes, you get into the pyramid
For
and
the
then,
third time,
then you're on top of the pyramid.
you're like, "I'm a king of the world,"
And you can just keep transferring, like killing instant killing.
oh yeah, that was cool.
all the men
actually.
around you.
So you could either like go into one and get back on the pyramid and go into, or you could like go and bam, 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 and just follow them all through a line, which was really cool. I thought that was a really cool part of the game.
Yeah,
Like,
it
they should have
was.
just done this all along. They should have made me a god from the beginning.
It had give you something to look forward to.
Well, yeah, but it was only like 3 seconds of god.
I know.
And then you go and kill yourself. So
Yes. So then, yes, you have to go find your body again, and and the computer at this point had also made you say, "Mind is software.
Oh,
bodies are disposable."
sorry, there's a really creepy part in this too.
Yeah.
So in the game, it like shows the diamond shape, and it's very small in the beginning, and you have to click and press E on the keyboard. So you click and press E, it makes it bigger, and it would say it would say super, but inside, like on the wording, it would say like disposable. Mind is software.
Yeah,
Your body
body's
disposable, and it would get bigger and
and
bigger
then
and bigger.
the system will set you free. And then it said it repeatedly and repeatedly. And
Oh god, it
repeatedly.
was so creepy.
very, very creepy.
Super creepy.
And
Oh,
kind of ominous music-ish playing in the background.
ish.
And then
Little static.
yeah, then it keeps on saying that, and the computer actually makes you say like, say the mind is software. Then you say the mind is software. Then it says say
Again,
the-
what I typed was "fuck you," and then mind you software. I'm like, this is not what I fucking typed.
and then yeah, it makes you say all that stuff, and then you have to find yourself and shoot yourself in the back of the head.
Thus becoming one with the machine.
Yes,
Welcome
Your
to
conscious
the
is
machine.
fully- and it says your mind is software.
Yeah. So you kill yourself, And then you go through the credits, and in the credits, it's so funny. The names they choose for themselves is hilarious. It's like, Ben eats too much Cheetos, Smith. Like, it's actually really funny. I had a good time watching the credits. And then they had, so I think this started out as a Kickstarter of sorts.
I don't remember, but it definitely
must
seems
have,
like
because literally it said like people who supported the Kickstarter in the credits, and it's like 30 million names all alphabetized.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of them are like, what was it? Someone's name was Superhot. It was like the funniest shit you've ever seen. Going through the credits are actually pretty funny. I would go through them if I were you.
I gotta tell you guys, like, if you like kind of the mind fuck twist of Would You Kindly?
Oh yeah, from Bioshock.
It's kind of that kind of vibe a little bit with mind is software, bodies are disposable, the system will set you free. And
then you become one with the system and you realize that you're kind of lame anyway.
So yes, the VR story, I'll go over that a little bit.
One more thing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
At the end of the credits. So this is where you figure out your friend who sent you it is probably part of the system.
Yes.
But it doesn't make any fucking sense because after the second message, after he sends you the password thing, why even still talk to you? You're already addicted to the game. What the fuck's the point?
I don't know, because I think at first maybe it's just like you're talking about, because when you first talked back up to him, you were saying like it doesn't have really a plot, and so he kept on feeding you stuff like, oh, but it gets better. You just need
but
to
then
keep
after the
going
password one, you're like stuck in there pretty much, right? Because you can't even control what you're saying because the computer's changing.
Oh, that's true.
So it's weird. It's just weird that it does this. But at the end,
I don't know if maybe like since his mind's part of it, he forgot that he went through this.
Maybe I have no fucking.
Because it really does seem like it's a looping kind of thing where you keep telling a friend about it, and then they tell a friend, and it's like this pyramid scheme.
So at the end of the game, you get a message saying like you have to tell people it's an innovative game. Keep it vague. Don't tell them about the stupid VR part. Don't tell them about the part where you have to kill yourself. Don't tell them any of that stuff. Just tell them it's an innovative game.
Yep.
And so you see like 3 text message boxes open, and it's like presumably you're sending it to 3 of your friends.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But again, it just doesn't make any sense why after he sends you the password thing, is you're still even trying to talk to him, because after that the computer takes over.
Well, and one of the theories is that was the system the entire time. It wasn't actually a friend.
Oh, yeah. I assumed it was, but again, what's the point? After the password point, where you're already in the game, you're already getting your shit changed by the game, and you keep playing, why even keep talking to the friend? The computer should have just revealed itself then and been like, oh!
Well, and I wonder if, because people have said that the stories of the VR and the PC version are actually going against each other.
Yeah.
That maybe the hacker was the one trying to communicate with you.
Wait.
Oh!
That's the only button I know what it does. So, all right.
There's cheering.
Oh. I love it. All right, so so that's the story of the original. Go for the VR.
So the VR one, I think, came out a year after, or maybe a couple years after. But the VR one, it starts out, I think you're in this room, and there's a disc in your room, and it's just a really small room. There's sticky notes all over all the walls.
Oh.
A lot of drawings of a weird,
so it's the Matrix.
Face. Kind of, yeah.
So you're Neo from the Matrix.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Which is funny, because everyone says that the VR version is you're the hacker, and the PC version you're the AI or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in this room. There's all these sticky notes. There's all these things like saying, like on the screens it says like be prepared and obey and all this other stuff on the screens. You see this disc, you put it in, and then you actually have to grab a headset and put it on yourself, and you're going to in the virtual reality world in virtual reality.
It's really a mind fuck.
It's one of those meta
super meta. Yeah, you know what we'll make him do? We'll make him put a VR system inside the VR system. That's what we're going to make him do.
It's to give you the illusion that virtual reality is reality, and you go into virtual reality in that reality.
And then constantly you're going one step deeper. This is Inception now.
This is literally Inception.
Went from the Matrix to Inception.
Yes.
So there you go.
So then you go in, you play missions just like you did before, and it is really taxing on the body if you're not in shape, which I'm
just
not.
like, oh God.
I was really sore after playing this for 2 hours.
My poor feet, my poor legs.
My wife had to help me walk down the stairs.
Wow, you are pathetic.
My legs were dead, dude.
It's okay.
I was so out of shape.
It's okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay.
I haven't worked out in a long time.
God.
But so yeah, you do a couple missions and then you get put out of the game, and then you'll find another disc. And these are floppy disks, by the way.
Yeah, so this is like 1983, I think.
Yeah, a really old computer and a really like giant VR set that's like connected to the ceiling and is just massive.
Yeah, you've got this giant VR set on this 1984 computer.
Yes.
You're doing great.
with all these small monitors
What was
and
the
shit.
80s popular computer? Which was, God, what was it
The
called?
Macintosh?
No. The one, oh man, it's going to kill me. There was one that was really popular that everyone bought for like gaming computer.
Oh, I
And it
don't
was
know.
like, you could play skier downhill. You could play solitaire. Play all your favorite games. 3 megabytes of storage.
Yeah.
That's the funniest shit.
So yeah, you put in another disc and then you come back and it's going like later and later in time when you ever keep going back to the
So
real
it like
world.
shows nighttime or?
Yes.
Okay.
So it starts daytime and then goes progressively darker and then it goes to like dark at night towards the end.
Yes.
But at one point, when you get kicked out, it's like you see messages on the screen saying like obey and do this and do that and blah blah, and then it says like take the disc, and you see a screen all going all weird, and then like one of those like diamond things open up in your screen,
Yeah.
and a disc starts coming out of the screen. You have to pull the disc out of the screen and then
you're like,
put it in.
there's some wet things on here. Gross.
Then you play some more missions, and then you get kicked out again.
Oh, nice.
And you have to you grab a disc and that just like magically appears, and then it says to insert it into your head.
Oh, I thought you were going to say anus. So, it's
So
already a little
it-
better than I thought it was.
Oh, and I forgot, I think earlier in the game too, it made you shoot yourself in the virtuality world.
Nice. You got to get out of the virtual. The only way out
Puts
is
you
to
in a
kill.
room with no doors and no
fucking
walls.
Inception.
Gives you a gun and says, I think it says like you know what to do or something like that.
Superhot. Rips off old movies.
And then you put the chip or the disc inside your head, and then you do one last mission where you have to try to find and destroy the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like the mission right before this where
Is
you
that
get the
the
powers.
crushing power or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
You're
get
like,
that,
crush!
you get that crushing power, and then you destroy the pyramid, and then you go back into the real world again, and it's like pitch black darkness. It's really dark in the room. A guy's face appears on all of your monitors.
And he's like, you are the one.
Like not an actual face though, like not like a red face,
Yeah,
but like
yeah, real face.
a real face. And then all of a sudden your door opens and you just see down this green hallway,
And it's your mom out there.
and you
You're
can
like,
look down the
"Mom?"
hallway and you just see this small black pyramid like coming towards you, and then you have to grab it, and I think that's when the game ends.
No, I think you're missing the part. So right before you grab it, it's like, hello, can I talk to you about the Church of the Latter-day Saints here today?
You're right. You're right.
It was all a scheme by the Mormons, these bastards. They're getting
Damn
you
it.
indoctrinated.
You pulled us in with Book of Mormon, and now you're coming to our houses.
And then they're like,
Wasted.
no.
oh, poor Mormons. All right, so the end of you just grab it and it's over?
I think it's something like that. I don't remember exactly. Like, I just played this yesterday. I should remember.
You smash it with your hand and you're
But
like,
yeah, I think it
"Take
just.
that."
I think it just like ends.
You know what's funny is at the end you're like a Jedi because you're saying like you can cut bullets with a sword and you have a power of crushing things, and then the Matrix is the beginning, Inception is the middle, and Star Wars is the end.
Yes.
Really, they went a really long way here to get the Star Wars, but I think they did a good job at it.
So really, really just, it's really crazy. And I thought it was really cool that the VR game wasn't just the same game, that it
Yeah.
actually was something different, added more to the
So,
story
and then
and
the
lore.
VR, if I'm understanding, is opposite. So, like,
Yes.
you're doing the same missions, but opposite.
Some of them are.
Okay,
You're not
so-
always doing all the same missions,
Gotcha.
but
So
the
the
missions
ones
that are the same are reversed.
opposite. Yes. So they did pull the Halo, is what
Yes.
you're telling me. Another fucking game that decided, oh, we're going to make the devil understand money backwards.
Yeah, we're so smart.
Yeah, this is going to save us so much money.
Pretty much. It's kind of like Far Cry reusing its map.
Yep. Okay, fuck these guys.
I mean, it was definitely noticeably different in the game.
I can't be on it. I'm sorry. I just can't.
I don't care.
All right. So, yeah. That was
the story. Like basically, if you're really interested in the story at all, I really highly suggest going on YouTube and watching the game theory for Superhot.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting. He goes into all the secret lore that's in the actual like readme script
and license agreement is what it is.
Yes. And
he's like, this is the one time you should actually read the license agreement. I'm like, oh shit.
It actually talks about how this game is a virus and we're the people that are spreading the virus by telling all of our friends about it. So we're spreading the virus by telling
it's
it
like
about
a
it
virus
on a
in your
podcast.
brain. It's not like a...
Yeah, it's not actually a virus.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a virus of the mind, like
And
he
really,
said. Your mind
just-
is software.
You just deserve a little sad piano while you're talking about it. It's a
Yes.
virus that destroys your mind. A destruction of everything that you know and hold dear. It's okay. You're not gonna make it.
I just was told about this game from a friend, and now I can't stop playing it.
We can't stop!
Our mind is
Help
software.
me, please! Please!
Our bodies are disposable.
Alright, that's enough of that. We've done it! And that was Superhot. So let's get into our last section here.
Yes.
Agreement?
Worth, or nah.
What do you say?
I think this game is worth it. I actually like this game is so weird and so unique that especially the VR. I think the VR is 100% worth it. It is hard, but it is so worth the gameplay. Like it is so much fun, and I loved getting lost in that world, and it was really fun to actually do the actions.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I bet. I'd like, honestly, that does sound fun to be shooting and punching. I like in real
especially
life or
because I
whatever.
would like throw a shuriken, like hit someone in the head, grab their gun mid-air, shoot someone over here, shoot someone over there, and just like what now, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Or what did Archer always say when he went on his rampage?
He did rampage. Yes. I have to agree. I think it's worth because of gameplay, not because of story.
Yes.
Because story, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just a generic.
The story is how much you want to look into it.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people who liked the story in Dark Souls and really went into the lore and watched all these videos and went through every dialogue of all the items and stuff, then yes, this
Found
is a
all
game you're gonna love the story for.
What are those things? The hidden scripts,
Easter
and
eggs
stuff. Not
and-
Easter
oh.
eggs. God, I forgot. They have them all online, and there's like millions of them. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like, no, thank you.
Oh, like the hidden like diary stuff. That's in
yes.
the descriptions of the items.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also like same thing with Destiny, they had the whole like you could unlock these and read them online. I'm like, who the fuck wants to do that?
Yeah, and
Somebody does.
yeah, no, like
Get all the stupid lore.
Five Nights at Freddy has a lot of hidden lore, and with all their like hidden lore and all their
too
books
much,
and
man.
activity books and all this other shit. Like,
Yeah.
so if you really like getting into some of that shit, you're gonna have fun with this.
You know, I think we had the same opinion when it came to the banana game. What game was that? The
My Friend Pedro.
Yeah, My Friend Pedro. I thought it was worth because the gameplay was fun, but then the story was just so lacking that it made it hard to say the worth. But the gameplay is fun in this game. That's the thing about it. Like, it's actually cool to be in slow-mo and dodge bullets and shit. It's just the story is so lacking. And it's just because it's a 2-hour game. What can you say? What can you say about the story besides 2 hours?
Yeah.
So,
Like, the more time you give it, the more you can get into the story.
Yeah.
Like I definitely dive into a lot of the videos, and
Yeah.
I've watched so many videos. I tried showing him a video a little bit earlier too.
It's interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's just it gets to a point where if you hide too much, it becomes uninteresting. It becomes makes me unenthused to actually go in and find the information I want.
Yeah,
So,
there's
putting
definitely two different kinds of players with these things.
Yeah.
There's the people who love seeking out lore and love seeking out the puzzles and trying to figure out what the hidden messages of everything is and what all Easter eggs and stuff.
And then there's normal people who like just playing a fucking game.
And
so
like
there you go.
all the information spoon fed to them.
Yeah, exactly.
This mission took you exactly 1 month long. And
Yeah. Well, and
you
see-
had a 1 year break in between.
And I like that. I like spoon-fed information is good, and then hiding a little bit of stuff behind that.
Yeah.
Because then you can go in and you can really appreciate the little stuff you do find. But when you have everything about the game is hidden, that's not fun. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit more into the everything's hidden, but I have a hard time with that. I like a lot of the games that give you a lot of information, but give you like the best information that's hidden.
Yeah.
Like Last of Us had a lot of that really good stuff if you read a lot of the letters and stuff.
But when you're doing that with Last of Us is a great example. They did a really good job telling the story that's spoon-fed.
Yes.
That's the problem is the hidden stuff is really cool too, and it makes you want to find it because you enjoyed the story so much that was spoon-fed to you.
Yeah.
So that's the way that balance has to be.
Last of Us did a really good job with that too because of the audio files that you find. Instead of like making it an option that you would hit play and it would keep playing while you were still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And that was a really cool thing that if you had to sit there and just listen to it or go into a menu, open it up and hit it and then listen to it. Yeah. Most people probably wouldn't have done that.
And again, that balance has to be there, man. There has to be a good amount of spoon-fed information. And then if you want to put secrets in there, great. You have something to catch people to bring them back in after you beat the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because the first time you play through, there's no way you're going in and getting all the information.
No, you're not.
That's what makes games replayable and stuff. Because you get all this extra stuff and you're like, oh, this is really cool, actually. This got really cool.
And this game doesn't do a really good job of marketing with anything, too, because it doesn't tell you that the different versions of the game are different.
Yeah, I had no idea until he showed me that video. I literally thought the VR in this was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the bad marketing play, guys. Come on.
Yeah, and it really, like... Unless you were just wanting to play this game in VR, which, I mean, the mechanics were good enough to make me want to play in VR, but I didn't know at first that it was a different thing.
And honestly, like you have no idea. And why would you buy the game twice, you know?
Exactly.
That kind of mentality. It's just, why would I buy this twice if it's the same fucking game?
Which, granted, this game's like, I think it was $15 in VR or $20 in VR, and I think $10, $15 online.
You can probably get it for like $3 on sale.
Yeah.
So
it's really not that expensive, which is also why it's a good reason why it's worth, because you're not spending $60 for this.
And then after you beat the game, you do get an endless mode, which is pretty cool. So you can just go through, you can record your times. They have a little website you can post your times on, which I thought was actually cool too.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm saying this game is worth. It gives you some kind of replayability, which is what I want in games.
Yes.
It gives you a good enough story to keep you interested. You don't really know what's going on, but it's interesting
enough. But the
enough.
creepiness keeps you slugging along. Like you're like, what is going on? What is the point to this?
Yeah. And then then the gameplay is just fun. Like the shooting and mechanic, the slowing time is just fun. So I think we're both agreement and worth the buy for sure. I think you guys would really like playing it. So give it a chance if you can. I mean,
yeah, all those people with a VR system, I definitely recommend it. It's one of the best VR games I've played. I loved it. The only thing that was a little weird,
I've never played. So
the only thing that's a little weird is the throwing mechanic is not the same in the VR version. So the pickup button is the trigger, and then the motion pad for most of the motion in most of the VR games, you actually have to like click that and move the controller in whatever direction you want to throw. So it's the pickup button is not the drop button.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, you don't actually drop the items. You can let go of the button and it doesn't drop the items.
Oh. Well, I mean, in the computer version, the pickup button was click, and then right click was the throw button. But you can throw it when it was out of ammo with the left click. Yeah. But only when it was out of ammo. Yeah. So. All right, well, that was Superhot, guys.
Yes.
And it was super hot.
Super hot.
Super hot.
Super.
Literally at the end of every fucking level. Super hot.
Which, that's something that was cool, too. I'll say this one last thing, and then we'll actually done.
No, absolutely not. All right, go.
At the end of each level, it showed you the replay of the level in real time.
Yeah, which is cool.
Except for it doesn't do that in the VR version.
Oh, well, in the computer version it did. I never watched it.
Yes.
I'm like, I know what I fucking did.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And again, send us any game requests you want us to play.
I mean, check us out. We're on all Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes. Give us a review, a rating, a like, a share, anything. Check out our channels, The Gooey Magoo on YouTube, Poster67 on YouTube. Oh, whoa, indeed. Whoa, indeed. Check out the TikTok at Stephen McGee. He posts all of our stuff, all of our upcoming games. We get a good amount of comments on what games we're going to be playing.
Yep.
Just check us out. Give us a like, a share, anything. Just, tell us you hate us. Tell us you love us. Give us something.
Please.
All right, guys. Well, that was it.
Yes.
So next week's game, we promised, It Takes Two.
Yes. Such a great game.
This is Soul of a Gamer signing out.
Bye. I love you.